Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. We are here on Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, and today's puzzle is by Michael B. Berg, who I think has contributed some puzzles to the New York Times. We're expecting a medium tricky Wednesday themed puzzle today. Let's see what Michael B. Berg has in store for us today. Okay, a project for a beginning knitter, maybe a scarf or something. Yeah, it seems straightforward enough, though I know really not anything about knitting. A petri dish medium, I think this stuff is called agar. Nisi blank of Clean House. Oh, what is her name? She also, I think this is the same actress that played the psychiatrist on Never Have I Ever. Is it Nisi Nash? We'll see. Exposed as one's dirty laundry. I believe the phrase is to air, so aired one's dirty laundry. Protein in niçoise salad, usually either salmon or tuna more frequently, I think. Guthrie, who's saying Alice's Restaurant, probably Arlo Guthrie. Neutral shade and some Florida decor. Not sure. Let's keep moving. One getting top billing, possibly a star, as in top billing in a movie promotion. Just okay, maybe so-so. Let's check the downs. Exams that are often optional. Are the SATs optional? I actually have no idea. It's very much a United States thing. I did take the SAT, but kind of not for any reason in particular. They were offering it at some point, and I just took it for the heck of it. Florence farewell in the city of Florence. Although I'm surprised this was included as Firenze farewell, Firenze being the Italian for Florence. Anyway, we're looking for ciao, I imagine, here, the Italian way of saying, or one Italian way of saying goodbye. Munitions are arms. Spreads on social media. Reposts, maybe? This looks like it's going to be Tampa something. Or cosmetics regulation, cosmetics regulating organization, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, I would guess. Couldn't get enough of. Ate up? Could be. Reason for a tucked tail, perhaps. Tucked tail. This is probably going to be a wordplay. I don't imagine this is like tucking tail and running kind of thing. Something's going on here. I don't really know what it is. Blank Saxon, Anglo-Saxon, probably. Issa Rae of Insecure. Okay, was this Tampa Beige? So is this a play on Tampa Bay, perhaps? Tucked tail, perhaps. Guilt. Yeah, okay. So you could have a dog, probably, usually, when guilty, might tuck their tail. A break in the action could be a lull. Tiny deviation from a general trend could be a blip. Is this thing on? With the brackets, we're looking for probably some kind of non-verbalized sound, or a non-verbalized sound, meaning not a word, but maybe an action like a mic tap. New York City deli name, is this Katz? It looks like it's going to be Katz's Diner. Isn't that a famous diner? I want to say Cry of Defeat, I lost. Okay, no one actually says that, but all right. Cashier's tray. Something's going on here too. Oh, this is maybe not a mic tap. Oh, maybe just tap tap like that. Okay. Cashier's tray, I still don't know what this is, but this is going to be aloo gobi, potato curry. Again, I think we've had this clue before, and I commented the same thing then too, is that the important or the relevant part of the name of this dish is the aloo, which is cauliflower, or sorry, it's gobi, which is cauliflower. Not the aloo. The potato can go with anything, basically, but the main sort of feature ingredient in this, so I would have called this a cauliflower curry, although I understand that it's the aloo part that they're looking for in the entry. Anyway, just a little nitpick. Chop off. To lop off? Cashier's tray is a till. Okay, got it. Yep. Tolkien trilogy to fans, LOTR, Lord of the Rings. Prepare to do an oil change, say, pop the hood of the car. Half-filled auditorium per Robert Frost. I don't know that saying or whatever Robert Frost said about a half-filled auditorium. I'm very excited to find out what that is. Stinging insects with an R. Interesting. What about this? Another theme clue. Skip to lighthearted invitation for joining one's sled team. What is a sled team called? I should know this. Don't remember. Let's check these downs. How a Dylan impersonator might sing nasally, I guess. Tate Modern and others. Art museums, probably. That slaps for something good, for example, is an example of slang. One might be mounted. A horse, you can mount a horse. Censures, probably dams here. Censures can mean a number of sort of closely related things, from I think it can mean something like to kind of call out or scold or punish or something like that. And it could mean something like this, a punishment, sentencing, like that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, sled team. Skip to my luge. Like that. Play on skip to my loo. A product from Rit. Is that a dye, like a hair dye? Fish feared by dragons in How to Train Your Dragon. Now, these eels, I've seen the movie and I don't remember anything about eels. It might be fixed at a chef's table. Probably the menu will be a fixed menu prefix like that. And that means fixed price, but usually also implies a fixed menu. Chess piece that can be promoted. A pawn is the only chess piece that can be promoted to any other kind of piece other than a king if it reaches the opponent's home row. Creature of Sherpa folklore will be a yeti in the Himalayan area. Stalling sounds. I guess, with the U at the beginning. Phuket native. Oh, maybe it's maybe rather. Because Phuket, I'm pretty sure is in Thailand, so Phuket native would be Thai. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name of that city correctly. Maybe the H is not, it doesn't alter the P. Not sure. Blank, she lovely. Stevie Wonder question, isn't she lovely? Death of a salesman. Oh, I don't remember the name of the character. I'll have to get the crosses. Puts the pedal to the metal. Maybe guns it or floors it. I mean, floors it doesn't fit. Would guns it work? Blank Rowlands of a woman under the influence. Is this Gina? I'm going to put these both in, though. I'll try and keep in mind that they're not. I'm not sure about either. To promote. That doesn't look great. Let's see what this is. Fancify. Or a phonetic hint to 17, 23, 50, and 62 across. Zhuzh up? How on earth do you even spell that? The shoddy sandwich knife couldn't cut the mustard, for example. Cut the mustard being a pun, cut the mustard being an idiom, and this whole phrase being a pun on the idea of cutting the mustard, implying that there's a knife so terrible that it couldn't even cut mustard. An early HIV med, not sure. Blank knows, who knows? Okay, so what are we looking at for zhuzh? Maybe this is an H greeting that becomes another greeting if you add an A at the front and reverse it. What on earth? Okay, so I think this is going to be hola, and then if you add an A on the front, that becomes ahola, and if you reverse it, it becomes aloha, which is another greeting. I think that's what they're after there. Wow. Word after latch or glom. You can latch or glom onto something. So is this going to be another Z, zhuzh like that, AZT being the medication, and then up, zhuzh up, and so the implication would be that we're adding a zh sound onto all of these clues at the end of them. To promote, still don't know what this is. Maybe this isn't, maybe none of these are right. I'm going to erase them because I'm just not sure enough and nothing is confirming it. Half-filled, auditorium, I still don't know. Hell, maybe this is a half-filled auditorium is hell. That would be a thing that a poet would say, maybe. Tennis umpire's call could be a let when a ball on a serve, when the ball clips the net and lands fair, and that is a let, and the server gets to redo that serve. Headline during a zombie attack. Not sure what they're going to be, but probably we can guess there will be a GE on the end. Oh, in fact, maybe then this could be plug. And maybe this is Gunsit after all. What would this be then? The least amount a person might give, 1 iota. World's most watched television franchise informally. I don't know if it's 1 iota. Okay, let's try some of these. Pair of cymbals with a foot pedal is a hi-hat. I don't know how anyone who's not a jazz musician or a drummer would know that. It's pretty obscure there for Wednesday. I happen to be a percussionist myself and can pull that out pretty quickly, but that's a pretty obscure entry there. Subject or subject. Not sure. School within both Princeton and Carleton. Eaton. That's pretty clever too. Eaton is a pretty frequent entry in the New York Times crossword, but I've not seen this clue for it. And of course, what we're looking at here is that both the names Princeton and Carleton both have the ETON at the end, Eton being the name of a third school. This one in the UK, I believe. No longer applicable. I don't know. Partner of odds and ends, you might say. So what are these stinging insects? Why can't I see this? Weird. Subject or subject. Subject. Theme. Okay, you're the subject of a novel, could be the theme, or a movie. No longer applicable. Moot, like a moot point. Discover by chance. Hit on, maybe? Oh, red ants, stinging insects. Okay. And then the dead siege, like that? The dead sea turning into the dead siege. Is this Gina after all? Two in a hand. Deuce in like a hand of cards. You could refer to a two playing card with the number 2 on it as a deuce. Sacha Baron Cohen is an actor. I'd never heard of The Trial of the Chicago 7, but actually it does ring a very, very faint bell, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you that he was in it. To gain is to earn, as in an income. Ticked off is, I don't know. Did I spell siege wrong? That's probably what happened there. Yeah, a ticked off is irate. Feel sore is, maybe it's not irate. Ticked off. Irked. Okay, that'll work. Feel sore is ache. Rhyming word after speed is need. No. Speed read. Okay, speed read perhaps. Setting for many a joke with a priest, a pastor, and a rabbi. They might walk into a bar in a joke. Price of makeup at the dollar store informally. Buck. I don't know. Sharp knock. A rap at the door. That kind of thing. Console for the game Pitfall. I have no idea what that might be, starting with a... Is this like one of the really old consoles? Like an Atari or something? Maybe it is, because maybe this is iota. Buckarouge. That's funny. Buckaroo becoming Buck-a-Rouge. That's great. Maybe this is Atari then. Twofold is dual, as in a dual purpose, a twofold purpose. Loses color is pales. A fairy tale baddie is an ogre. And the world's most watched television franchise informally. I guess these are the Idol, American Idol, British Idol, UK Idol, Australian Idol, that kind of thing. And some island rings you might get put on you as you come to the Hawaiian Islands are lays. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have zhuzhed up our puzzle here. I admit I would not have had any clue how to spell zhuzh up. I'm not sure that there is one sort of definitive spelling, but anyway, Michael B. Burke has gone with ZHUZH for zhuzh. And he has zhuzhed up these various phrases to come up with sort of humorous versions of them by adding zh at the end. So instead of Tampa Bay, we've got a neutral shade in some Florida decor being Tampa beige. Instead of skip to my loo, we've got a lighthearted invitation for joining one's sled team, skip to my luge. Instead of the Dead Sea, we've got a headline during a zombie attack, the Dead Siege. You might say siege, but anyway. And instead of a buckaroo, we've got price of makeup at the dollar store, informally being Buck-a-Rouge. So yeah, quite clever. I am so curious to see if there were any potential entries that ended up being scrapped for this, because it is quite a fun theme to be able to add zh onto the end of some common phrases to get some interesting ideas for entries. Otherwise, sort of mostly pretty straight ahead. Some fun entries that you don't see often. This one, 8 up for couldn't get enough of, is less common, I would say. This is a good clue for a horse. One might be mounted. It would make you think of artworks or photos or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen a non-vocalized, like a non-verbal entry here. So, and these brackets are a good clue for that. Is this thing on? Tap, tap. We see eels pretty frequently, but I did not remember their association with the How to Train Your Dragon plot. So that's interesting to learn or remember. This one I should keep in mind because I have a feeling this will come up here and there. And I don't know that I've actually read Death of a Salesman or seen it done. Loman is the name of the character. And then, this could be a number of things, and being guns it for puts the pedal to the metal. This quite obscure clue, lucky that it's sort of in my wheelhouse here. Pair of symbols with a foot pedal. 2 and a hand is quite a good clue for a deuce. I think, and this one too, no longer applicable. Not really wordplay here, but that could mean any number of things, and moot is a pretty specific one. So, good construction, pretty good fill, but a really, really fun theme for our Wednesday, September 3rd. Crossword. So that's our Wednesday puzzle. If you liked it, do hit that like button. If you want to know when I'm posting next, do subscribe. Hopefully getting back on track and able to do some more of these puzzles as the days go on. That's it for this time. See you on the next one. Cheers.